Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. This is a new open carry report for November 15th, 2022. I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I know. I'm working on a special video that I did when I was at the machine gun shoot, just different, like a different perspective from the show. I just been real busy with other stuff. I got the Lincoln Welding Power up and running. Actually, the first video I did with it just to show that it runs. Now I actually weld with it, so I hope to do a video soon. Just me showing off that machine. But I've had an interesting month. I had a couple of good encounters. So when I did the last video, I went to Aldi to do a little bit of shopping, and I was wearing my 1911 in the SERPA holster. And as I was walking in, this lady said to me, I guess she was joking. She said, "So what you got that thing on your hip? Take that off." I'm like, "What?" I didn't look. I just kind of, my mind was like, "What?" Like, bitch, what? And I looked at her like her friend when I was with her, like, hey, leave the guy alone, it was kind of funny, So I figured, what I did was I ended up running into her again while we were shopping, and I just asked her, do you see many people, carrying? It's the first time I ever see someone open carrying. She said, "Yes, the first time she ever seen someone carry a pistol." And I just ran through with her, why I open carry, the things I learned from it, the things I had to keep in mind before I did it. And it actually turned out to be a good conversation. She wasn't, it wasn't a negative conversation. It wasn't overly critical. She was actually, she walked away. She said she walked away, learning a lot more about the matter. And she even said that, she's considered doing it herself, which I get a lot of people may be on the fence about whether they want to carry a gun every day, or at least on them on them throughout most days. And I told the lady, the first thing that I started doing was carrying around my apartment. So that's how you get used to having a gun on your hip. You carry it where carry in a place where you're pretty much comfortable. Carry it in your home, and that way you learn how to maneuver with it. You be mindful if you bump into things, because like even if with that inside the waistband holster, you can still bump your gun into things that you didn't intend to run into. It's even more so the case if you're carrying outside the waistband. As I said before, in my SERPA holster or even my duty rigs, and learn how to you just basically learn how to sit when you're wearing your gun, and so that you want to build up a level of comfort, so that when you start doing it, you're not just jumping into it without having some tutorial. You didn't do any trial runs while in a controlled environment before you went out to the public, because what you'll find out is when you're carrying, it can get uncomfortable. Certain clothing may not mesh well with with the gun you're carrying, or the type of holster you're using, or the style you're carrying, and it's easy to get discouraged. But I always tell people, if you're interested in carrying, carry at home first. That way you can you figure out what works well for you, what's the best gun for you, what's the best holster for you, what's the best outfit for you, what facilitates being able to get to your gun in an emergency situation. And you go from there. And so that was actually a good. It was a positive encounter. Let's see. I think I was in a hardware store. An older man saw me carrying a pistol, and he had asked me, where'd you go to get, he asked, where'd you go to get training? And I told him I went to, there was a class at Shooter's Choice, and I took that back in 2018. I let him know how much. He asked me how much I paid for the course. I said, if I remember correctly, I paid like $65 for the course. In South Carolina now, you pay for your course, but the application is free. Hopefully that will be an issue, because hopefully we'll have constitutional carry. Keep our fingers crossed. And but it was a good conversation. The guy, he said, because he was considering doing it, but he's seen some classes. He heard one that was recommended to him was like $125. And I said, he asked me, was it a ripoff? I said, it's not a ripoff. I said, what you'll probably have in a class, if you're paying that much for a course, More than likely, it's gonna be one-on-one, because the course I went to it was one teacher and like about 15 of us in the classroom. But if you're paying that much for, you're paying that much, it tends to be a more customized course, where the instructor is working directly with you instead of having to cover, instead of having to work with a bunch of different people at once, and they can teach you better techniques. Be able to, basically be able to tailor fit the course, to how you learn, to how you shoot, and and it's more personal that way. So I would say that I think it's worth the money if you want to have a more one-to-one class setting, where it's just you and the teacher. That's, I say, it might be worth the money. So I recommend that if you can find someone who can teach you that, even if it's less than $100, if they have a good reputation, say go for it. I was going in. See, I think sometime before, a little bit before that, I went to a Dollar General, and so as I walked in the door, wearing the same 1911, same holster. A lady behind the counter asked me, "What are you doing wearing a BB gun?" I stopped and said, "Well," I said, "It ain't a BB gun." She said, "Oh," she just like left it at that. So I guess that some people have walked around carrying BB guns in holsters. Why you would do that? I can only assume that you may be doing it to see if you can get a rise out of people, kind of gauge other people's reactions, which is similar to what I do with open carry. I do like to see what other people's reaction will be, and to see if they will interact with me to get a conversation started. But no, I don't. I let her know, no, it's not a BB gun. It's a real deal. And as I was walking around doing some shopping at the same Dollar General, there was a guy. There was a guy that came in, and it's crazy because he didn't really have a mask on. He had more of like a covering, like half his face was covered up like that with almost like kind of like something you would wear if you're working outdoors and it's kind of a cold environment. I don't think it's not a balaclava. Unsure what to call it. It wasn't a Pusheisty mask, thankfully. But he asked me, he asked something along the lines of whether I was a cop. I said, no, I'm not a cop. I'm a welder. And I asked him what kind of work. He said, okay. He kind of left it. So I asked him, what kind of work do you do? He said he was a forklift operator at a plant that's in South Carolina. I said, oh, cool. So, I asked him. I think I asked him, have you thought about carrying? And he said, yeah. He's just trying to find just a matter of finding the right holster. I let him know, hey, I've had this holster, for X amount of years. You can find many good ones online. If you can go inside of a gun store. They let you try holsters on. That's even better. I find that places that are where the staff will kind of walk you through different holster types and let you try on different holsters. I think they tend to offer the best service, because you want to make sure that if you're looking for a gun to carry, you get the right holster. That would, like I said, facilitate for easier carry. But I think that's it. Nothing really else aside from those encounters have stuck out. So far, everything's been positive. I want to say let's pour one out for our brothers and sisters in Oregon, because they're going through some mess right now with the new gun law they have in their state. You gotta have a license to purchase, even privately. It's some other mess. Oh, and 10-round magazine capacity. I can, even if I live there, and I can say that wouldn't bother me because I carry a 1911. It's still stupid. It's still stupid. It doesn't take but it's going to take but a fraction of a second to switch out of the mag, and as we all know, people who are going to do evil aren't going to be stopped by something like a 10-round magazine limit. Also, I want to give a shout out to Gun Digest for this book. I bought about 2 months ago. Concealed carry class. It's ABCs of self-defense tools and tactics. See, I got it pretty cheap, but this is a pretty good book. A lot of good information in it. I went back to reading it today at work, and I'm just going through it just to kill time, and also as a refresher course. This is books like this offer a lot of good information. Also, I want to give a shout out to Patrick Duffy for his for his donation to the channel on PayPal. Thank you very much for what you gave. Like I said, I gotta say, if you want to donate to the channel, go to my YouTube homepage, look for the give up that cheese button, or go to PayPal, look for Edward Jones. It'll be a picture of me, and all donation amounts are appreciated. But that's my video. Please share, like, and subscribe. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see what I can do to address them. Any comments you want to leave in the comment section. Share your thoughts on open carry. Do you open carry where you live? Also want to give a shout out again to Tac Medic. Hope I said it right. Tac Medic. He always comments on these videos. He lives in South Carolina as well. I think he lives more towards the coast. So thanks for all your input. That's it. That's it for the video. So this is the open carry report for November 15th, 2022. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.